Have you ever glanced in the mirror and wondered when those stubborn age spots started taking over your skin? It's a quiet frustration many of us carry, a reminder of time passing that feels impossible to hide. I've been there myself, feeling self-conscious about those dark patches that seem to appear out of nowhere, even after trying countless creams and treatments that promised miracles but left me disappointed. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept these marks as a permanent part of aging. There's a gentle, simple way to tackle them, something you can prepare right in your kitchen tonight. No complicated routines or harsh chemicals, just an easy, natural remedy that's been quietly transforming the skin of seniors all across America. And here's the secret ingredient that most people overlook. Adding this one little thing can make the treatment 3 times more effective at fading those stubborn spots. It's like unlocking a hidden door to clearer, brighter skin without expensive procedures or side effects. So, what if I told you that a few minutes of care tonight could start a visible change in just days? You deserve to look and feel your best, no matter your age. I'd love to hear, what's your biggest skincare challenge right now? Let's share and support each other because everyone deserves to live beautifully and confidently at every stage of life. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. Now, let's begin. 1. Baggy or oversized dresses. When you reach a certain age, there's a strange pull toward comfort, as if all the softness you've missed out on over the years is finally calling your name. It's no surprise that baggy or oversized dresses end up taking center stage in so many wardrobes. There's a familiar comfort to them, the way they float away from the body, the way they promise to hide the lumps and bumps life leaves behind. Many of us, myself included, have stood in department stores or hovered over online carts, eyeing those loose, forgiving fabrics, telling ourselves, "This will feel good. This will make me invisible where I want to disappear." I remember, not too long ago, shuffling through the racks at a local store with my best friend Susan. We're both in our late 60s and like most women our age, our bodies have changed. Our curves have softened, our waists have widened, and the skin on our arms and necks no longer sits as tight as it once did. There was a powder blue dress that caught Susan's eye, flowy, light as a cloud, and 2 sizes bigger than she needed. "It'll be so comfortable for summer," she told me, a hopeful glimmer in her eyes. I nodded because I understood. Comfort is a precious thing. But comfort, as I've learned, is not the same as confidence. That day, Susan tried on the dress. She stepped out of the fitting room, twisting her lips, uncertain. The dress hung from her shoulders like a bedsheet on a clothesline. Her shape disappeared, her spirit seemed to shrink, and all that beautiful vitality she carries every day faded into the background. "How do I look?" she asked, searching for reassurance. I saw my reflection in her nervous eyes, the fear of being seen, the longing to simply blend in, the secret wish to still feel beautiful. This, I think, is the trap of baggy or oversized dresses. They promise us freedom from the self-consciousness that grows with age, but too often, they deliver something else. They swallow our shape, erase our individuality, and, most heartbreakingly, they add years to our appearance, often more than we realize. Instead of helping us age with grace, they make us look as though we're trying to hide from the world. The irony is that when we try so hard to disappear, we sometimes end up drawing more attention to what we wish we could cover. I know how easy it is to reach for that loose dress on a day when nothing fits quite right and you just want to feel cozy. But I also know how much lighter you can feel, emotionally, when you choose something that honors your body as it is, rather than hiding it away. There's a confidence that comes from seeing yourself reflected in the mirror and recognizing your shape, your style, your own life storylines, curves, and all. Let me share with you another memory, one that changed the way I thought about clothing and aging. A few summers ago, my granddaughter, Lily, came to visit. She's in her 20s, bold, bright, completely at home in her skin. We spent a Saturday shopping together, laughing as she picked out dresses for herself and me. I reached for a loose, tent-like linen dress, but Lily shook her head and handed me a gently tailored A-line dress in a deep emerald green. "Try this, Grandma," she insisted. "It'll show off your waist. You'll look like yourself." I hesitated, but I tried it on. The fabric hugged me in the right places, skimming over the parts one still felt shy about, but it also gave me shape. When I looked in the mirror, I saw not just a woman of 70, but the girl I once was, the young woman who used to love getting dressed up for any reason at all. I saw the mother, the grandmother, the friend. I saw myself, not a version of myself hiding beneath layers, but a woman stepping forward into the world. The truth is, baggy or oversized dresses can feel safe, but they rarely do us any favors. They can make us appear older, heavier, and more tired than we truly are. Even more, they can steal away the simple pleasure of feeling put together and visible. And you don't have to trade comfort for style. Countless dress options combine both. Fabrics that breathe, cuts that flatter without clinging, and silhouettes that offer ease while still creating a lovely outline. Think of wrap dresses that gently define the waist, shift dresses that skim the body without smothering it, or midi dresses with soft tailoring that allow you to move freely while still looking polished. Choose fabrics with a little stretch, and look for thoughtful details. A slight cinch at the waist, a subtle V-neck, three-quarter sleeves, or a softly flowing skirt. All of these elements work together to honor your comfort while celebrating your shape. It's also worth mentioning the emotional side of style at this stage of life. Wearing something that gives you a sense of shape and presence sends a message to the world and yourself that you're still here, still vital, still deserving of attention. It says you care enough about yourself to be seen, to participate, to celebrate the person you are right now, not the person you were or the person you think you're supposed to be. I've watched Susan's confidence bloom since she started embracing dresses that fit her body, rather than hiding it. She walks taller, she smiles more, and she's become bolder in other areas of her life, too. And I've felt those changes in myself, too. The world might try to tell us that women over 60 are meant to fade into the background, but I believe the opposite is true. We have every right to step forward, to enjoy color, shape, and style, to feel good in what we wear. So next time you find yourself reaching for that oversized dress, pause for a moment. Ask yourself if you're choosing it because it brings you joy and comfort, or because you want to hide away. Remember, you are not invisible, and you never have to be. Your body has carried you through so many seasons of life. Dressing it with care, with intention, and with a touch of celebration is one of the quiet joys we can give ourselves at any age. You deserve to feel comfortable. You deserve to feel beautiful. And you deserve to show up fully in every room you enter, no matter what the mirror or the world says. Let your clothes be a gentle reminder that you are still vibrant, still worthy of being seen, and still capable of turning heads, even after 60. 2. Too short or mini dresses. There's a moment of nostalgia that sweeps over you sometimes, standing in your closet and running your fingers across the hem of a favorite old dress. It might be that sparkly mini from a high school dance or that breezy, above-the-knee sundress you wore on summer picnics with friends decades ago. The memories those short dresses hold can be sweet and powerful, calling up the freedom and playfulness of youth. Sometimes, the temptation is strong. Why not wear something short again? Who says there's an age limit on having fun? Yet, as we settle into the graceful chapters of our lives, past 60, past retirement parties, and into the world of grandchildren and silver anniversaries, something about those mini dresses starts to feel a little out of place. I remember this feeling the first time I tried on a shorter dress after my 65th birthday. I wanted to surprise myself, shake off the heaviness of a difficult winter, and step into spring with a bit of boldness. I stood in front of the mirror, smoothing the fabric over my hips, remembering the legs that once carried me through long nights of dancing and early morning walks in the park. The dress ended just above my knees, and for a split second, I grinned at my reflection, feeling a flicker of my younger self. But then the doubts crept in. My knees told the story of decades spent on playgrounds, up and down porch steps, and kneeling beside flower beds. There were little spots, a faint bruise, and a softness that wasn't there before. The more I looked, the less sure I felt. It wasn't shame, not exactly, but an awareness, a sense that the dress was trying to recapture a time that had passed, rather than celebrating the woman I'd become. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's a complicated thing, this relationship with our legs and our bodies as we age. Many older women find themselves caught between wanting to reclaim youthful confidence and not wanting to feel like they're competing with a memory. Short dresses, for all their charm, can leave us feeling exposed in ways we hadn't expected. They ride up when we sit down, tug awkwardly when we move, and can turn a simple outing into a constant game of adjusting and pulling at the hem. My friend Linda, always the daring one in our group, wore a short denim skirt to her granddaughter's birthday party last year. She confessed to me afterward that she spent more time worrying about crossing her legs or bending over to pick up a gift than actually enjoying the celebration. She laughed about it, but I saw the way she folded that skirt away in her closet afterward as if saying a gentle goodbye to an old chapter. Linda told me, "I wanted to feel young again, but all I felt was uncomfortable. Next time, I'm wearing something that lets me play on the floor with my grandkids. No second thoughts." There's also the reality that mini dresses rarely flatter maturing legs in the way we hope. As we age, skin changes. It's perfectly normal to notice veins, age spots, or a little swelling from time to time. Short hemlines put all these tiny details on display, but not always in a way that makes us feel celebrated. Sometimes, rather than turning back the clock, they can make us feel more self-conscious, as if every gaze is lingering on what we wish could remain private. That doesn't mean hiding away or giving up on feeling fabulous. Far from it. It's about shifting the way we think about beauty and confidence. Instead of choosing a dress that makes you anxious about sitting, standing, or moving freely, imagine how it feels to slip into something just a little longer. A knee-length shift, a midi dress, or a T-length skirt. These styles create graceful lines that flatter everybody, offering coverage where it matters most but never at the expense of style. There's a quiet power in a dress that lets you forget about it entirely. A skirt that stays put when you bend over, a hem that sways with every step, fabric that drapes comfortably without clinging or riding up. When you're not thinking about what you're wearing, you're free to think about life. Laughter, stories, conversations, moments of connection. You're free to dance with your grandchildren, stretch out in a lawn chair at a barbecue, or greet friends at a reunion with a hug and a smile, confident that you look wonderful exactly as you are. If you still long for a bit of playfulness, look for dresses with a little swing in the skirt or a fun pattern that makes you smile. Choose hemlines that rest just at or below the knee, enough to offer confidence, but still fresh and modern. Consider a side slit for movement, or playful sleeves and a scoop neckline to draw the eye upward, highlighting your best features. Celebrate your legs by caring for them and keeping them healthy and strong, but dress them in a way that supports how you want to feel. Comfortable, elegant, and fully at ease in your beautiful, seasoned skin. Most of all, permit yourself to evolve. Fashion isn't a set of rules. It's a story we tell ourselves about who we are right now. As we age, that story only grows richer. So if you find yourself missing the mini dress days, remember, it's not about giving up. It's about discovering a new kind of freedom, one that's rooted in wisdom, self-respect, and the deep, lasting beauty of a life well lived. 3. Overly tight or bodycon dresses. There's a certain thrill in remembering the days when slipping into a curve-hugging dress made you feel invincible. For many women, those bodycon or overly tight dresses brought a sense of power, a little secret boost, a knowing smile when you caught your reflection, a boldness that said, "Look at me, I'm here and I'm alive." And it's true, those dresses have their place, weaving through the memories of milestone birthdays, anniversaries, and spontaneous date nights. There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel beautiful at any age. But the truth is, as the years gather gently around us, our bodies inevitably change. The shape in the mirror now tells a story of motherhood, decades of hard work, joyful celebrations, and moments of loss. Our curves have softened, our waistlines have relaxed, and sometimes the bodycon dress that once made us feel like a star now brings a different kind of attention, one that doesn't always feel comfortable. I'll never forget the time my neighbor Grace decided to wear a tight, royal blue dress to our community's holiday dinner. Grace has always been spirited and confident, and none of us would ever call her shy. But that night, I noticed her fussing at the table, constantly tugging at the fabric around her hips and crossing her arms over her stomach. When she finally leaned over and whispered, "I feel like I can't breathe, but at least I look slimmer, right?" I smiled, but I could sense her unease. For the rest of the evening, instead of sharing stories or enjoying dessert, she seemed preoccupied, more concerned with smoothing out the lines of her dress than enjoying the warmth of the company. It's a feeling many of us know all too well, that self-conscious tug at the waist, the hope that no one notices a seam that's a little too snug. Overly tight dresses highlight every curve and bump, whether we want them to or not. What used to feel empowering can, with time, feel restrictive. Instead of feeling elegant and free, we end up worried about sitting down, about a little extra softness here or there, or even about the way the dress rides up as we move. The discomfort is more than physical. It's emotional, too. Bodycon dresses are designed for a certain kind of body and a certain kind of attitude. And while confidence isn't defined by age or size, the joy of fashion is. At this stage of life, feeling good in your clothes is about more than squeezing into the smallest size or wearing what's in. It's about honoring your body as it is, celebrating everything it has carried you through, and choosing clothes that bring you comfort, ease, and genuine confidence. Let's be honest. Few things spoil an occasion faster than realizing you can't breathe, you're always adjusting your hem, or you have to turn down a slice of cake because your dress doesn't allow any room for dessert. After 60, style should be a celebration, not a sacrifice. Imagine slipping into a dress that glides over your curves, drapes softly, and makes you feel graceful with every step. You'll be amazed at how much more you smile, how much more you enjoy yourself, and how that confidence shines brighter than any tight seam ever could. There's a reason why so many women over 60 are embracing dresses with gentle tailoring, fabrics that move with them, and silhouettes that flatter without squeezing. Wrap dresses, A-line cuts, and soft jersey knits are all beautiful choices. They still let you show off your figure, but do so in a way that feels natural, never forced. They celebrate your shape without trapping you in discomfort or highlighting every single bump and line. When you choose clothing that supports how you want to feel, relaxed, lively, comfortable, you permit yourself to enjoy life fully, from lively dinners with friends to peaceful evenings at home. Let me share another story. My own, this time. Not long ago, I decided to clear out my closet. I found a red bodycon dress I'd bought on a whim, convinced it would reignite that old spark. I put it on, and there was that old thrill. But after a few minutes, all I could think about was how stiff my posture had become, how I didn't want to sit down, and how desperately I wished I could change into something that felt like a hug, not a squeeze. It was a gentle lesson. I'd outgrown not just the dress, but the need to prove anything to myself or anyone else. Clothing isn't just about fashion. It's about freedom. Freedom to move, to laugh, to live boldly without worrying about how you look from every angle. When you let go of those body-hugging dresses that no longer serve you, you make space for outfits that bring out your radiance. Styles that let you exhale, relax, and be fully present in the moment. So next time you find yourself tempted by a bodycon dress, pause and ask, am I choosing this because it makes me feel good, or because it used to? Remember, style is a living thing. It grows with us. There is so much grace and beauty in choosing what feels wonderful today, not what fit yesterday. And when you step into a dress that celebrates who you are, as you are, you'll find a kind of confidence that doesn't need to be squeezed into shape. It's already there, shining out for the world to see. 4. Loud, busy prints and patterns. Have you ever opened your closet and found yourself staring at a dress that seems to shout at you? One filled with clashing colors, wild zigzags, or enormous tropical flowers. Maybe it's something you bought years ago on vacation or a piece you picked up because it felt fun and different at the time. For many of us, there was a stage when bold, loud prints felt like a declaration of personality, a way to say, "I'm still here, I have energy, I'm not afraid to be noticed." There's nothing wrong with wanting to stand out, to brighten a room, or to break up the monotony of beige and gray. But as the years go by, our relationship with prints and patterns starts to shift. I remember a time, not too long ago, when I was helping my friend Barb get ready for her daughter's garden wedding. Barb is the kind of woman who loves color. Her home is filled with vibrant throw pillows and the right artwork, and she's always had a playful approach to style. She pulled a dress from her closet covered in neon swirls and oversized paisley, and for a moment, she looked both excited and a little bit unsure. "What do you think?" she asked, holding it up to herself. I paused, searching for gentle honesty. The truth was, the print overwhelmed her. It didn't complement her silver hair or her warm, gentle face. Instead, it seemed to drown out all the softness and wisdom she carried with her. When she put the dress on, it was as if the pattern wore her, not the other way around. The colors clashed with her skin tone. The busy swirls made it hard to focus on her eyes or her smile. Barb, who always brings so much calm into every room, suddenly felt like she was competing with her dress for attention. This is the hidden risk of loud, busy prints and patterns as we age. Instead of celebrating us, they can take center stage, making us look washed out or even older than we are. Our skin tone may have softened, our hair may have gone silver or white, and those bold patterns don't always play as nicely as they once did. Busy prints can add visual noise that distracts from the real beauty. The stories written in our expressions, the quiet confidence that comes with experience, the glow that only a life well lived can bring. I've felt it myself. There was a time when I gravitated toward loud florals, thinking they would help me feel more lively on days when my energy was low. But more often than not, I'd catch my reflection and feel a sense of unease. The dress was vibrant, yes, but it made me feel chaotic inside, like I was trying too hard, trying to prove that I still had it. It took a while to realize that I didn't need a shouting pattern to announce my presence. I wanted my clothing to highlight me, not overshadow me. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. There's an elegance that comes with simplifying our choices. Soft, solid colors or gentle, understated prints can create a harmonious frame for your face and figure. Classic patterns, like subtle polka dots, thin stripes, or delicate florals, can add interest and variety without demanding all the attention. When you choose colors that complement your skin tone, dusty blues, soft mauves, creamy ivories, or gentle greens, you'll notice that your eyes sparkle a little more and your complexion looks fresher. I once read that as we age, the focus of our style should shift upward, to our eyes, our smiles, and our energy. When you wear a garment with a wild, busy pattern, all the attention stays on your clothes. But when you opt for a quieter, more elegant palette, people notice you first. Your stories, your laughter, your kindness, all the things that truly matter, become what people remember. My friend Barb ended up choosing a soft periwinkle dress with a tiny floral print for her daughter's wedding. She looked radiant, her blue eyes twinkled, her hair shone, and every photo captured her warmth. She was comfortable and confident, and she glowed in a way no neon paisley could have ever accomplished. Of course, this doesn't mean you need to give up color or fun. Celebrate your personality. But think about moderation. Let your accessories carry the playfulness, a bold scarf, a statement necklace, or cheerful shoes. Or choose one standout piece and keep the rest of your outfit simple. The right balance helps you feel lively and put together, not overwhelmed. In the end, Style after 60 isn't about fading into the background. It's about letting your true self come forward, about finding the shades, shapes, and patterns that frame your face and bring out your best features. When you look in the mirror, your clothing should help you recognize yourself as your most beautiful, not distract you from it. You have a lifetime of stories, wisdom, and grace. Let your clothes be the gentle background that lets all of that shine. 5. Excessive ruffles and frills. There's something irresistibly romantic about ruffles and frills, isn't there? Many of us remember slipping on a ruffled dress for a school dance or a special party, twirling in front of the mirror as the fabric fluttered around us like petals in a gentle breeze. For decades, designers told us that a bit of frill meant femininity, youth, and playfulness. And for a long time, we believed them, myself included. But with time and experience, I started to see those details differently. It happened slowly, with little realizations during mornings spent getting dressed. I'd reach for a blouse edged with ruffles or a dress with layers of cascading frills, thinking it would bring back a spark of youthful charm. Yet when I'd slip the garment on, something felt off. Instead of seeing my smile, I saw waves of fabric crowding my reflection. The ruffles seemed to move before I did, distracting from my face and shape, almost as if they were trying too hard to make a statement on my behalf. My dear friend Evelyn had a similar experience last Easter. She's always loved dressing up for family gatherings, and she chose a pale pink dress covered in frothy layers of ruffles. The dress looked beautiful on the hanger, soft, delicate, and full of life. But when Evelyn entered the living room, it was the ruffles that arrived first. The grandkids noticed it, too, calling her the pink cupcake, not unkindly, but in a way that made Evelyn laugh and wince all at once. Throughout the day, she found herself fussing with the dress, feeling swallowed by all that fabric. She confided later, "I thought it would make me look younger, but I felt a little lost inside it." That's the secret no one tells us about excessive ruffles and frills. While they're charming in moderation, too many can overwhelm mature figures, making us appear larger and even older than we are. Instead of bringing lightness and movement, they often add unnecessary bulk, hiding our best features and drawing attention away from our faces. They can turn a simple dress into a costume, one that doesn't always match the poise and quiet confidence we've earned over the years. There's also something to be said for simplicity as we age. Clothes that are thoughtfully designed, gently tailored, with clean lines and subtle details, tend to flatter our shapes more than layers upon layers of ornament. There's grace in a softly draped neckline, elegance in a single flutter sleeve, or sophistication in a well-placed pleat. These small touches can highlight your femininity and individuality without taking over the entire look. After that Easter, Evelyn decided to embrace styles that let her shine rather than outshine her. She found a new favorite in a sky blue dress with a hint of lace at the cuffs and a gently cinched waist. It was comfortable, easy to move in, and, most importantly, she felt like herself. When she walked into the next family gathering, her smile was what everyone noticed first. It's not about banishing ruffles and frills forever. A delicate ruffle at the collar, a soft detail at the sleeve, or a single tear in a skirt can still feel fun and flattering. The difference is choosing these accents with intention, allowing your personality to take center stage, not your clothing. When you look for balance, you discover how a well-chosen detail can add charm without overwhelming your natural beauty. If you ever find yourself tempted by a dress with layers and layers of ruffles, pause and imagine how you'll feel wearing it all day. Will you be constantly adjusting, wishing for something simpler? Or will you feel comfortable, confident, and free to enjoy every moment, knowing your clothes are there to support you, not upstage you? The right dress is like a quiet companion. It should let your spirit, your warmth, and your wisdom come forward. At this stage in life, you've earned the right to stand out for who you are, not for how much fabric surrounds you. Embrace styles that frame your smile, flatter your figure, and let your presence fill the room. You'll find that the simplest dresses, with just a whisper of detail, can make you feel more beautiful than any amount of ruffles ever could. 6. Dresses with excessive shine or sequins. There's something undeniably alluring about a dress that sparkles. For years, sequins and shimmering fabrics have had the power to catch the light and everyone's attention. At parties, weddings, and every special occasion in between. Maybe you remember the thrill of slipping into a glittering dress for New Year's Eve or an anniversary dinner, the way the sequins would catch even the dimmest candlelight and make you feel, just for a moment, like the star of the show. But as the seasons pass and our style sensibilities evolve, the allure of shine and sequins often changes, too. I'll never forget my encounter with this realization a few years ago. I was attending a friend's retirement gala, and feeling nostalgic, I chose an old favorite, a navy blue dress covered in tiny sequins. When I first put it on, I couldn't help but admire how the light danced across the fabric. But as the evening went on, I became acutely aware of every flash and sparkle. When I looked around, I noticed the younger women wearing simple, elegant dresses, while I felt a little bit like a disco ball in a sea of understated sophistication. It wasn't embarrassment, exactly, but a sudden sense that the dress was speaking louder than I wanted to. Every camera flash amplified the sequins. Every overhead light seemed to search me out. Instead of feeling quietly confident, I found myself shrinking back, wondering if people saw me or just the shine. It made me realize that sometimes the things we once wore to stand out can, with time, begin to overshadow who we are. My friend Diane had a similar moment at her granddaughter's wedding. She'd chosen a silver gown covered in sequins, hoping to look festive and joyful for the big day. But throughout the event, she found herself catching the reflection of her dress in every mirror, every window, even the car door. "I thought I'd look glamorous," she admitted later, "but all I could see was the glare. I wish I'd picked something softer." The truth is that dresses with excessive shine or sequins can be tricky for mature women. As we age, our skin's texture changes and shiny fabrics can sometimes accentuate fine lines or draw attention to areas we'd rather keep in soft focus. Sequins and metallics can feel stiff or scratchy, too, making them less comfortable for all-day wear. And often, instead of adding sophistication, too much shine can make an outfit feel costume-like, as if you're dressing up for a play rather than enjoying a celebration. But this doesn't mean you have to turn your back on a bit of shimmer altogether. There's an art to subtlety that's deeply flattering at every age. Instead of full-on sequins, try dresses with a gentle sheen, silk, satin, or matte finish fabrics that glow rather than glitter. Look for a dress with a touch of embellishment at the neckline or sleeves, rather than one covered from top to bottom. You'll be surprised how a small detail, a row of pearls, a hint of metallic thread, a delicate beaded trim, can catch the light beautifully and frame your face with elegance. One of my favorite dresses is a soft dove gray with a satin ribbon at the waist and tiny seed pearls at the cuffs. It feels special, but never overwhelming. When I wear it, people notice my smile, not just my outfit. That's the kind of confidence and poise I want for every woman over 60. To walk into a room and be seen for your warmth, your spirit, your wisdom, not the flash of your dress. So the next time you find yourself tempted by a dress dripping in sequins, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, does this dress let me shine, or does it do all the shining for me? Your beauty has only deepened with time. Your style can, too. Choose pieces that highlight your presence rather than compete with it. The soft gleam of good company, the twinkle of laughter, and the quiet glow of self-assurance. These are the sparkles that matter most now. 7. High necklines that hide the neck and jawline. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. There's a special comfort in a dress with a high neckline. For many women, especially as we grow older, it feels like a shield, one that promises to hide the little changes time brings to our skin. After all, the neck and jawline are among the first places where aging shows itself. A softening here, a little crease there, maybe the hint of a double chin that once seemed impossible. Sometimes, pulling on a high-collared dress or turtleneck feels like the easiest answer. If I can't see it, maybe no one else can either. I remember that instinct well. There was a winter not long ago when I practically lived in turtlenecks and high-neck sweaters, convinced they were my armor against judgment, both from others and from myself. My friend Marjorie felt the same way. At every church gathering or book club, she was always the one with a beautifully beaded mock neck or a sophisticated high collar, careful never to let her neckline show. "It's just easier this way," she'd whisper with a wry smile. "I don't want anyone counting my years." But over time, something shifted. The more we hid our necks and jawlines, the more we realized those high necklines weren't flattering us. They were doing the opposite. Instead of looking graceful, we looked a little boxed in. Our faces lost their definition, and the fabric seemed to shorten our necks and add heaviness to our silhouettes. It was as if, by covering up, we were making a small apology for the changes life had written on our skin. I'll never forget the day Marjorie decided to try something new. At her granddaughter's birthday, she wore a lovely scoop-neck dress with a delicate pendant. Her neck was bare, her jawline softly framed. There was a lightness about her, a sense of openness and freedom. She looked years younger, and her smile was brighter than ever. "I feel like myself again," she told me afterward, touching the side of her neck. "It's funny, I was so worried about what people would think. But nobody noticed my wrinkles, they just saw me." The truth is that high necklines can make us look older by hiding one of the most expressive and beautiful parts of our bodies. A little skin at the neck and collarbone draws the eye upward, creating length and elegance. It brings gentle definition to the jawline and highlights our best features: a warm smile, a twinkling eye, and a graceful line from chin to shoulder. There are so many lovely ways to show a bit of neckline without feeling exposed. V-necks, scoop necks, bateau, and gentle cowl necklines all flatter mature women, creating space and movement around the face. Soft fabrics draping lightly at the collarbone can feel feminine and fresh, adding a touch of softness that high collars can't match. A pretty necklace or scarf can draw attention exactly where you want it, serving as a gentle frame for your face. As we age, style isn't about hiding. It's about honoring who we've become and stepping forward with a sense of pride. The lines on your neck are simply part of your story, just like the laughter in your eyes and the strength in your hands. When you wear dresses that let your neckline breathe, you aren't just making a fashion choice. You're choosing visibility, openness, and confidence. So next time you shop, reach for those necklines that let the light in. Let your natural beauty shine out, unhidden. You deserve to feel graceful, elegant, and unmistakably you, at any age, and in every room you enter. As we come to the end of this gentle journey through style, I hope you feel a sense of encouragement rather than restriction. It's never about rules or judgment, but about helping you see yourself in a new, kinder light. One where confidence grows not from hiding, but from honoring who you are today. Maybe you recognized a dress or two from your closet, or maybe you simply found comfort in knowing you're not alone in your search for what feels right now. Aging isn't about letting go of beauty. It's about discovering it all over again, in new forms and unexpected places. Our clothes can lift us, offer us ease, and help us express the joy and wisdom we carry. You don't have to erase your story. Let your smile, your posture, and your quiet self-assurance be what others remember most. The right dress won't make you younger, but it can help you feel more alive, more seen, and more yourself. So as you stand in your closet tomorrow morning, pause for a moment. Choose something that lets you breathe, move, and show up for life as the vibrant, remarkable woman you are. And if you found even one small tip in this video that touched your heart, I hope you'll share your thoughts below. Your experiences might just be the encouragement another woman needs. Remember, you deserve to feel beautiful. At every age, in every moment, simply by being you.